Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls. My name is Dans. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. Let's get into it. Let's see what your guides want to have a yap about today. What parts of your life do they want to bring some awareness to? Universe, please, insight information. Oh my God, I'm so lame. I was about to say, what's on the cards today? Jesus. Do you think that comes from like a tarot thing? Like what's on the cards today? Does anyone know the origin of that phrase? I'm obsessed with like etymology and like the meanings of names and where things come from. Anyways, this is neither here nor there. Let's see what's on the cards. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Hello. We haven't had her come through in a second. King of Swords and the Eight of Coins. Okay, there seems to be some kind of disruption in a social situation, like a friendship group. There seems to be two main energies coming through here. It is the Queen, the High Priestess, and the King of Swords. Okay. Just a moment while I let this make sense. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, we have the King of Swords. You might be resonating with both energies. You might be resonating with one energy. You might have both of these energies present in your world. But we also have a little bit of a situation with maybe social circles being a bit disrupted. I feel like this King of Swords energy feels a little bit maybe like stuck and stagnant in their career. Like it feels like it's not taking off in the way that it should, even though they've been like working really, really, really hard at it. So that might be you. That might be someone that's around you and someone who's in your energy right now. This is what I'm taking. The Three of Cups is its own energy. The High Priestess is its own energy. And the King of Swords, Eight of Coins, is also an energy. When I try and put them all together, that's when the messages jumble up. So I need to like categorize them. Okay, we have more cards coming out as well. Some context cards. We have Ten of Swords in reverse, Two of Coins in reverse, Page of Coins in reverse, the Sun in reverse. Okay. I'm immediately getting this as connecting to the King of Coins energy. So this might be you. Like you might be resonating with this energy. It could be someone who's in your energy. I just have to reiterate that. I know it's hard for me to like try and keep a clear train of thought when I feel like there are kind of like multiple energies kind of coming in that resonate in different ways. Anyways, this King of Swords energy, they've kind of come out the other side of like quite a tumultuous, like reclusive space. And they've come out of it with less action and less clarity than they had before. It feels like before this big, it feels like it was just like wave after wave, hit after hit of just like defeats again and again and again and again. And it feels like they've come out the other side of that. Stronger, wiser. They've kind of come to their conclusions about it. But it hasn't given them peace. They are, instead of having a clearer idea of what to do moving forward, they have a clear idea that they have no idea what they're doing. And things are really upside down. Like things are really topsy-turvy for them. Everything that they thought they did right, it's like, oh, I think I did that wrong. Like I think I've been reading that situation wrong. I think I've been reading this interaction wrong. I think I've been giving the wrong answer. I feel like I haven't been showing up in the way that I wanted to or the way that I thought I was. And well, how am I supposed to show up now? And what am I supposed to do in this situation? And yeah, it very much felt like they were making all the right steps and they're in a place of like, like I don't even know what right is anymore. I don't know what the correct thing to do is anymore. It feels like there's this big loss of self as well. let's just keep digging into this because it clearly is just like jumping to the front. So there's a very good chance that for a majority of you, this could be you because this energy is like so prominent in this reading. So I think their particular fixation right now is like wanting to take action and feeling unable to, especially in the career space. Universe, please, insight and information. Can you give me some more context on what's going on with the King of Swords? They want a fresh start. They want to be able to start again. They want a do-over. We have the Fool coming out for them. They want a do-over in so many situations. I can just see maybe it's like interview situation or like an interaction or a conversation, even just like interpersonal communication. They just want to do over. They're like, oh my God, can we do this again? Can we try it again? Yeah. We have the Four of Cups. Girl, don't know what you got till it's gone kind of energy coming up with them. Like it feels like they've definitely had been ruminating on certain things. Yeah, we have the Tower and the Eight of Swords coming up as well. Ruminating hardcore on the things that they did wrong or the things that you did wrong. That's a heavy one to sit with. That's a super, super heavy thing to sit with. And what I'm going to say, if you are resonating with this energy, like you're not a bad person. Everyone goes through this. Everyone goes through a dark night of the soul. Like, Lord knows I did. I went through a super dark night of the soul when I woke up from an extremely toxic situation that lasted nearly a decade, like just burnt away my 20s. And everything that I thought was right was wrong, and everything that I thought was wrong was actually right. And I'd completely lost who I was, and I had to look back on myself and my actions and be like, well, this just doesn't align with me. In fact, it's like very antithetical to the person I wanted to be, to the goals that I had for myself. And now I just have to start again. I have to start again with no one and nothing. And I didn't have nothing. Like I did have family and I did have people who wanted to support me. But when you lose like the majority of things in your world, especially things that you poured so much blood, sweat, tears, emotional investment into, it feels like when that's gone, it really does feel like nothing. But like, number one, you don't have nothing. You have people around you that support you, love you, and want to help you. But also, this is a necessary part of the path that you are growing into. Like everyone goes through this. This isn't like you messed up, you specifically and uniquely messed up. No. This is not. Everyone has to go through this. This is just one of those crucial parts of your hero journey. You need to go through this. The fact that you are going through this shows that you are growing, shows that you are on the path, and shows that you're going in the right direction. You know what the wrong direction would be? Is you just like carrying on like you haven't made mistakes. That would be the wrong path to go down. But that's not where you are. You are like actively looking at the ways that you have worked against your values and against your intentions and against your ultimate ambitions and goals. Sorry, I'm getting cold. I need to... Girl. Okay. So I had my AC blasting on me. Just had to turn it off. Okay. This is a good thing, and this is a normal thing, and you're not a bad person. That, I think, was the message that needs to come through for you if you're resonating with this energy. And if you're not, and this is just a person in your energy, let them know that, like, they're not a bad person for coming to terms with the things that they've done when they were learning how to be a human. We've all been there. We've all been there. Any last words on this particular energy before I move on? Three of Wands. Here we go. This is part of your growth. This is a crucial part of your growth. Like, lean into it. Lean into it. Accept what you cannot change and embrace the things that you can. And lean in. And if you want to change things, change things. You know what? When I think I was in year 11, I was very, very, very sad. Oh my God. Emo downs? Yes. I just did not like high school and I just didn't have a lot of friends and whatever. Sad girl, sad Tumblr girl is what she was. So I had a really close friend of mine who I'm still friends with to this day. And I was just in her room, like, crying. And I had friends around me at the time, like a couple other friends, who were really so emotionally supportive of me. But this particular friend, she was just like watching me cry. And she was like, Dan, if there's something you don't like in your life, then change it. And it was like absolutely mind-blowing. And this is like the phrase that has driven me to this day. To this day, I owe this girl so much of what I've accomplished in my life for giving me this little piece of wisdom, because she wasn't coddling me and she wasn't being like, Dan, you're beautiful, and just like nice affirmative words. And affirmative words are great, don't get me wrong. Affirmative words are important, but that's not what I needed at that point, because it wasn't helping me get out of that situation. She just said, if there's something you don't like in your life, then change it. And it has just been the fuel to my fire throughout my life. And even times I might forget that phrase and then I come back to it. If there's something you don't like in your life, then change it. It's not easy. It's that simple though. Let's get into the High Priestess. Yes, let's get into the High Priestess energy. Oh, I love being in High Priestess energy and Empress energy. Oh, Empress energy is like, that's my card. Like, that's when I'm coming home to myself when I'm in the Empress energy. High Priestess hasn't come out of the deck in a sec, though, and I'm very, very excited. So, universe, please, inside information. Can you give us some context on this High Priestess? I'm getting sitting pretty, keeping your mouth shut kind of energy. Like, you're not here to play. If you're resonating with the High Priestess energy, if this is an aspect of yourself, not here to play. Not here to play around. Stop. The Empress just came out. I'm so excited. Oof, okay. So I'm gonna let myself sit in this like super glowy, bubbly energy that just like erupted from my heart. Yes. I'm gonna say this as if this is you. This could be someone that you're connecting with. You are tapped in to the ether, like to the universe, to your guides. It feels like your intuition's flowing faster and with more clarity than ever before. It's very peaceful. It's very protect your peace. Let people show their butt, you know. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. We have the 9 of Coins. You are finally like pouring back into yourself. I feel like you've spent a long time just pouring into others. And now you're like turning that cup back towards yourself. It's like, nope, time to come back to me. And I love that, because any energy that you give to yourself, like, you are such a giving energy that it benefits other people when you take care of yourself. You show up even more confident, empathic. Like, there are no words for like the super fuzzy feeling, but I am going to find the words. So it might feel like you are shifting your acts of service less, like they are less focused on other people and they're more focused on yourself. But what happens when you do that, you are getting more in touch with yourself. Your whole energy is just expanding and like brightening, vibrating at a higher frequency. But you stop being someone who is of utility to other people and you start being an example. And that is like significantly more powerful and more beneficial than you just doing things for other people and just being there and like doing tasks for people or like giving them emotional support, because you are able to show up as this growing and evolving entity. The people around you start to elevate as well. It's absolutely wild. It's a kind of emotional support that helps people stand on their own. And it is just, I don't think this was your intention. I think you were just like, I just want to have a year where I pour back into me. I just want to have a year where I take all this energy that I've been putting onto other people and I just want to give it to me. Maybe because you're not good at, focusing in on yourself. You're so practiced at giving your attention and your love to other people. Finally in a place where you can give it to yourself, and it actually does so much more good than you would ever realize. It really feels like, as I tap into this, like this has been the intention. I feel like you have fostered a sense of love within yourself that is earned. Like really, truly earned. And because of that, like so many people like need to see that. And I'm getting the feeling that a lot of people actually do and have looked towards you as an example of self-love and earned confidence and earned competence. Like people have seen your journey and just been like, oh my gosh. They really started from the bottom, now they're here. Like, that's really how they did it. Let's get some more context cards, or the moon. You connected with every part of yourself. You went into the deepest, darkest depths of yourself and said, I love you. I see you. I'm going to acknowledge you, recognize you, and embrace you as part of me. There was a huge relief around guilt, around shame. You might have come to a point where you've finally given yourself forgiveness around things that maybe you have held on to, things that you haven't quite forgiven in yourself. I feel like you might not even noticed how you have forgiven yourself. And the peace that you find within yourself now that you have that, now that you understand and you have true empathy, and you are no longer holding some wild expectations on your past self, what you should have done in situations. There is this really true unconditional love that comes from you, and that is so important. Your journey has led you to this point because you are just one of those souls that is, it's like you're destined to be an example of this journey to other people. So you might find a lot of self-sabotaging or unforgiving people in your vicinity. And that can be really, really hard to deal with. But the reason why they are being placed on your path is because they need to see you as an example of the journey ahead for them. And it's like a beacon of hope. It's like a North Star that they follow. And you might find yourself in situations where people come to you like this and you want to give them emotional support. You want to tactilely help them, but that's like you can't, like they have to go on that journey on their own. But the way that you can help them, it's not by like trying to help them. It's you showing up as that example, as that energy, and that being contagious and that being real. Like they can see that there is a real path ahead for which they can take all the parts of themselves that were imperfect or reacted badly or were out of alignment with their truest desires and values, and they can reconcile it. So many people need that hope that they aren't beyond repair, or that they're just like stuck. And you're that for them. So you just need to keep doing that, because oh my gosh. Anyways, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Incredible. I love when your guys just want to yap about how great you are. It's also like, this is important. Keep doing this. But I can't believe we got the High Priestess and the Empress coming up together. Stop. Is this my favorite reading of all time? I don't want to leave the energy. Let's get into the Three of Cups in reverse, okay? Let's get into this situation here. Universe, please. Here. I feel like on these hard R words, I go here because I don't want here, my Aussie accent, to like really cut through. Anyways. Three of Cups in reverse. Universe, please. Insight and information. What do you want to tell us about this situation? This little bit of a disrupted social circle. The Ace of Swords in reverse. There is definitely a lack of communication, a lack of clarity. Everything is so knotted up and no one is speaking on it. We have a Strength in reverse. This particular thing could actually be between the two energies that we're talking about, or it could be completely unrelated and just be you, because the two energies could be aspects of yourself, or but for some of you it is going to be like the King of Swords and the High Priestess. You might identify with one, know who that other energy is, and then have that disruption between the two of you. So we had the Strength coming out in reverse, and the cards are just falling on the ground. This is... Okay. Okay. We have the Strength in the reverse. We have the Knight of Coins. Someone's going to have to come through and bring a peace offering. That's what needs to happen here. If you want this to be resolved, then you need to be the one to bring the peace offering. If that's what you want. That's what needs to happen. If you don't worry about it. But if you do, then you need to be the one. Done. So let's get into the last oracle cards. Universe, please. Insight and information. If you've made it to this point of the reading and you like the vibe and you haven't yet subscribed, do that. Come join in the fun. We have the Seeker. Could you surrender just a bit more? All-seeing eye, spirit release. Regardless of which energy you identify most with in this reading, I really feel like this is a message for both. Give in to the change. Give in to the change of acknowledging your past and moving forward in a productive manner. Moving into alignment. That's really, really important here. And how much more can you lean into the changes? What would happen? Do you dare? Do you dare show up differently? Do you dare? You could not. You don't have to. I dare you. I dare you to show up differently. See what happens. Literally YOLO. YOLO, babe. Just see what happens if you show up differently. We have soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Maybe it's because you need advice on how to move forward, on how to show up differently. Maybe there is supposed to be a connection between these energies. And if you're feeling that, if you feel like this person is your soul tribe, make an offering, cut through the BS. If you're fine and you're like, no, babe, I got my soul tribe, then that's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you are not okay with this, time to deal with it. TCOB, all right? You know what it is. Thank you so much for letting me spend time in this energy with you. This like high priestess, empress energy, delicious. All right, I'll see you guys in the next reading.